Hello and welcome to FC Cymru. It's episode 4 of the show that takes you from the very grassroots of Welsh football right to the very elite. We've got a jam-packed show coming up and we're here at the JD Welsh Cup semi-final between Connah's Quay and Bangor. More of that to come up later, but you might be thinking, where on earth's Alex? My partner in crime? Well, he's sunning himself in Thailand, so we thought before he went off to Thailand and sent me lots of photographs from the beach of him drinking cocktails and in his swimwear, which is not a thought you want to think of, we send him to Neath to go and meet Seven Sisters and the Mini Mods. Live tonight.
So tell us about Seven Sisters and tell us about Sleaford Mods. Then tell us about your team.
We've got a few juniors teams, and obviously we've got 2 seniors as well. We've got under 6s now, under 8s, under 9s, and 2 under 12s teams. So we're relatively new in that sense compared to other teams out there, where we grow in and we're trying to get more juniors teams on board. So Sleaford Mods, we're looking for a sponsor. My wife and I follow them around into the band itself. Sent them an email. I said, Seven Sisters, explain where we were, South Wales FAWales, not a very affluent area. The monopoly of team sponsors seems to be McDonald's, which is a bit ironic really, and open cast mining, and we just want nothing against them sponsors, mind, but we just wanted something a little bit different. Sent him an email and he just said, yeah, get the kit, let us know how much it was and we'll reimburse it when that's what happens.
Wow, it's amazing. So Sleaford Mods, they're an East Midlands based electric punk band, I suppose. Would that be a way of describing them?
Yeah, kind of like a electro punk rant. Social observations.
Yeah,
there's just 2 of them there. A little laptop and Jason then ranting over the top of it.
And there's a lot of social commentary, isn't there? There's a lot of which I suppose ties in a little bit with. I mean, like you said, this is a working class area. It's a normal mining community. There are parallels, aren't there? There's sort of an affinity there.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what drew us to ask them, to be honest, because there's a lot of similarities in what they have to say and the area we live in here as well. Yeah. There's a lot of the same observations and the same issues.
So presumably then, you don't have any right wingers here in the team?
Well, I'm not aware. None of them aware of anyway.
From a socially ideological point of view, then it's all about team spirit. Everybody's in it together.
Exactly. Yeah. From the ground up, innit? Yeah. Grassroots. That's what it's all about. We get comments now, parents, Sleaford Mods on the shirts, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. So there's a lot of support, and obviously, if they didn't know who they are, they know who they are now. So.
Some merchandise here. I understand the merchandise is there's actually a bit of a collector's item.
Yeah, I'm following them sponsoring our first little batch for the kids. They come up with the idea. I said if you can get get some shirts in, because they've had fans on social media asking to buy the shirts. So we had a batch of 20, got them printed up locally and we put them for sale, and then the Sleaford Mods promoted that on their social media sites. They just went like that straight away. So it ended up we done another 20 and it ended up we sold 150. That generated about £1,400 for Seven Sisters Juniors under 9. So we've got them all new jackets, new hats, new balls, got new balls for the other teams, bibs, cones. We've got £500 set aside for next season's kit, which will be again Sleaford Mods, and we've got money left over as well should we need anything else. So.
And at this level, it's stuff like it's about 15 quid and put aside £500, but that's critical for you guys. At this level, that's brilliant.
It's massive. We get obviously local business doing a sponsorship, and we really appreciate that. But it's hard to keep asking. Going round every season. We need a little bit of sponsorship coming in, but we've got 2 seasons. We haven't even got to think about it. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, they don't want for anything now. They've just got everything they need. And like Sleaford Mods have been in touch next season when you get new shirts, maybe do the same again. So it's probably going to be an ongoing thing now. Just massive, can't put it in words really.
Some out there who believe in the lie and work till you die. On Sundays, apple pie, death enough weights for every man. It ain't like cakes from birds. You don't get anything for your money back. Pound back on the bottle of pop. I tango and cashed it, yeah. Caked it. Your job, my job, laughing. Mate, where we been? Upstairs in the back, kid on slot mob. Prop, daft job. I don't wear crap like that. Throwback's alright. If you're doing something decent, but I'll put your CD on.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. The Sleaford mods, thank you very much for getting involved with the mini mods. And what an incredibly creative way of doing it. If you guys want to know more, get in touch with the Seven Sisters Club, because they're a great bunch over there. Now, it's 3-0 to Connors Quay. 3-0. Two Connors Quay fans, Aaron and Johnny. 3-0. Can you believe it? Two very evenly matched sides coming into it, Aaron. So why is it 3-0?
Just good start. Obviously, it's early days, so we're not long way to go, but it's a good start. I think we've taken the chances, and that's all you can really ask in these kind of games.
Never won the Welsh Cup. No. Never won the JD Welsh Cup. What would it mean for the club to win?
Oh, it's massive. TNS being as big a team that they are, they're always favourites, but got a good setup at Connors Quay and a great manager. So, I mean, they're a good side, Banger, but I'm not surprised that they're up at half time.
Are you not?
No.
You know?
Very good side.
Oh, confidence. Is it the best Connors Quay side you've seen in a while?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say we've done well the last couple of years in the Europa League, but I say since Andy Morris has come in, he's been outstanding and really changed the team. And to do it 3 years on the bounce and keep them high standards, just credit to him really, and credit to the staff and everything, and the team has been really good.
Yeah. Can you challenge TNS next year?
Oh, definitely. He's proven every year. Had 2 good runs in the Europa League, and now again in the Welsh Cup. Just building, becoming a full-time professional club recently. So every chance, yeah. Should
you hang on? And given it's 3-0, we kind of expect that. But can you beat them in the final?
Yeah, obviously you'd like to think so. Obviously it'd be probably a top half against a bottom half, but finals are final in the day.
You'd be favourites going in.
Yeah,
to the
we'll
final.
be. The pressure's on us, so obviously the team, whoever we play, ABBA or Newtown, it's going to be, they got nothing to lose really, so it'll be tough, but hopefully we'll bring the trophy home.
All right, well listen, thank you very much guys. Good luck for the rest of the game. Stay with us, we'll find out what the final score is coming up. But while I was over in Bosnia with the Wales under-21s, we did a very special report. Now, if you're like me, you kind of geek out a little bit at football kits. So if you do that, this one's for you. Richard, this is my dream. I walked in the door and I just felt like I wanted to put a kit on, quite frankly, and go and play. Is that what you want the players to feel when they come in?
Excellent. If they can get that feeling, then we've done our job. Behind the scenes, a lot goes on. A lot of people don't see what goes on behind the scenes. And if you feel like that, then hopefully they feel a little bit inspired, and we've done our job, and they can go out there and do their bit on the pitch. They can feel at home. When they come in, they need to be sort of looking for things. They don't need to be scurrying around. If it's all here for them, it's one last thing for them to take their focus away from what they should be doing out there on the pitch, really. Because you're away from home as well, you want them to feel relaxed. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes, as from the travelling, the booking, all the way through. And just this bit here is if it can be friendly, if it can be nice, a nice environment, nice atmosphere, and then let's hopefully get the result that everybody wants at the end of the day.
Do you think the lads appreciate it?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they get used to it. We do quite a lot for them, and it's nice if they ask you a question, you can deliver something. You feel like you've achieved something, and you've done your part in playing a part in a big team effort.
And you were telling me as well that the lads actually sort of pitch in a little bit as well. They're a good bunch this start.
Absolutely great bunch, yeah. They're not a bunch of superstars really. They're quite grounded considering what they are. There's a lot of pressure on them. They're professional footballers. You always get offers for help to carry skips, to do stuff. We don't let them do it, but just the fact that they have the sort of foresight to ask means a lot. They're quite grounded.
So take me round. You've got obviously the shorts and the socks here.
So they've come in. They've got the t-shirt here, and then they've got the sweat top here, give them a bit of warmth. Bottoms for warming up, and then the socks. They'll come in then, and then they'll obviously change into their match kit, Here we've got the underarm, which is quite important. Not everybody wears it, but you've got it in the different sizes there for them. This is quite a thing with footballers these days. I don't know if you've ever seen it, cut socks.
Why?
I just think, they'll probably correct me on it, it's more comfortable. They like to put the white sock underneath, and then they've got to put the tape.
So that it looks like
it's a one sock. And UEFA are quite anal about it, to be quite honest with you. We've been pulled up a few times.
Oh, really?
If they've got a little bit of white showing.
Okay.
It's one thing that a kit man always has to be aware of, really.
You don't have to name names here, but are there any players that have had particular requests that stuff that they want out every game or anything like that?
No, not really. The one thing that surprises me with some of them is their sizes. They quite like stuff to be quite small and tight these days, where in the older days it obviously used to be
those
a
big
one.
baggy shorts.
Not those big baggy shorts, and you want not a one size shirt and then used to tuck it in if it was too big. There's some of the bigger lads like a smaller shirt, so but we sort all that out before we get all the printing done, which is obviously necessary to get it right.
Huge thank you to Rich there for letting me geek out with all that Wales kit. Hope you enjoyed it, and a really good staff behind the under-21s. We've got a little bit more coming from Bosnia behind the scenes in the next few weeks as well. Now, here in Rhyl, it's not going the way of Bangor. That's fair to say. This is Gwynfor, Bangor City Secretary. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure what to say.
What can you say? You know, we've been outplayed, out-battled, out-fought. Everything that you wouldn't want it to be. It's been tonight, and all credit to Connah's-Key. They fully deserve where they are tonight, which is 5-0 up at the moment. You know, I can't complain about anything. Andy Morris, their manager, a lot of respect for him. He's done his homework, gone for it tonight, and all I can say is well done, Connah's-Key at the moment.
There have been so many close matches between you guys in the Welsh Premier League this season now, haven't there? So I was coming here expecting possibly penalties, going all the way.
Yeah, we've been some close matches. You know, we won 3, they won 1. Now it's 3-2. We play again next Saturday at Connah's-Key, so we look forward, shall I say, to that one. But you know, that's football, isn't it? You know,
these things happen, right, on a one-off occasion.
Yeah, we've been on a good run. We can't complain, to be honest, where we are. Not at the best 24 hours as a club, but we'll kick on from there, and got 3 games to go in the season. Let's look forward to them.
All right, well, I had to ask you, last night, did you manage to watch the women's game?
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic performance, wasn't it? You know, really proud to be Welsh when you get a battling performance like that. Girls done really well, and hope they can kick on from there and qualify. Then I switched over to the Cardiff Wolves game, lost the last 20 minutes of that sort of thing, and was disappointed when Cardiff missed the 2 penalties, which was unbelievable. But like I say, that's football. I've said that all along tonight. That's football. That's the way it goes. Some you win, some you lose.
They do. And listen, it was a great night for the girls. I was at Cardiff as well, but Dan, who's got the camera right now, he went down to Southampton with guest presenter Abby Davis, and let's hear from them on the way to Southampton.
We're travelling down on the supporters bus today, and we're hoping to hear from the fans as to why they love supporting Welsh women's football and how it has transformed over the last 2 years.
Are a few hundred yards away from St Mary's Stadium in Southampton, and we are here to watch Wales hopefully beat England.
How long have you been supporting Wales women, and is this your first away trip with the women?
It is a first away trip with women. Probably been following of the last 2 campaigns now, so I think I'm so interested in watching the Wales men's team. I can't get enough now. I was watching the under-21s and now the women's team as well. So yeah, it's a new interest for me.
It's my first away trip with the women's team, but I went out to the Euros with Wales, obviously in 2016, which was really exciting.
This is my first away match, and I went to the last home game, and I've also worked at Cardiff City for some of the other campaigns as well.
I went to the Champions League final last year in Cardiff, and I thought it was a great opportunity to see some really good standard women's football. And I thought, let's get behind the national team now as well. It'd be nice to come down, and Hayley's arranged the trip, so nice to get down here.
It's been hard, right? There was a lot of interest when I first put the idea out there about running the bus. But then Sky Sports moved the Cardiff Wolves game to the same day, and then a lot of people cancelled their reservations on the bus. So it was a bit of an uphill struggle, but we've got here, we filled the bus. There's 500 Welsh fans due here tonight. It's absolutely amazing.
We couldn't have dreamed of something about that even a few years ago, could we? So what is it that's revolutionised the support for women's football in Wales?
I think it's this team and what Jane Ludlow is doing with this team. They are bonding and they've got that togetherness like we've seen in the men's team, and it's really galvanising everyone, and of course they're improving game on game.
And what I like about this particular women's team is the way they support the younger girls coming through. I think that's really good for the youngsters.
And the women's game in Wales has taken a lot of long steps forwards, sort of in the past decade or so. I mean, at the same time, 15, 16 years ago, you had Barry Town playing in the, sort of in the English Premier Division. People like Jane Ludlow and Kath Morgan were playing for them, and obviously, Jane's come forward now as, as the manager.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow burner, but I think each game has seen new faces at the ground, increased interest. Obviously, the social media aspect has helped a lot. The FAW have been particularly good in helping, and little new things, organic things like FAWales sprouting up.
Yeah, so I run FAWales. I started it up as my company. I just got a bit fed up that there was nobody really catering for the Welsh football fans out there.
Well, I suppose for me, it's my country, so it doesn't matter if it's male, female, whatever. As long as it's Wales, I'll be there.
Yes, I think it's very heartening, and hopefully it'll grow from here. And then when we have the next 3 games at home, I don't know where they're going to be played at the moment, but that crowd will grow and grow.
Yeah, they do deserve it. They got amazing togetherness. They play fantastic football. They're tough. They battle it out, and there's some really, really good quality football there. If you haven't experienced a women's football game before, you should definitely get down and check it out and just get behind them.
So, fantastic point this evening. How are you feeling? Just sum that up for us.
Oh yeah, it's massive. Obviously, we wanted to come and at least get a draw, if not a win, but a draw is basically like a win for us. It's a great achievement, and it just shows where we've come in this campaign and how we're developing as a team.
And superb tactics, you could see them from the outset, and they really worked, really nullified England's threat from the beginning.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they had a lot of the ball, and we expected that. They're second best in the world, so you've got to give them credit. They moved the ball well, and they worked as hard. But we kept them out the back of our net, and that's what we had to do, and luckily we did.
And what does this mean for the progression of Welsh women's football in general? You saw England at the She Believes Cup. They're playing some of the best sides and getting wins. But you've come here tonight. You've got that point. What does that mean for Welsh football?
I think it's kind of put us on the map a bit in terms of women's football. Obviously, we've seen what the men did in the Euros, and that was massive. And we want to get to those stages. We want to get to big campaigns and do well there. Not just get there, but do well and compete. But yeah, today it's shown where we are, and over the last year or so, we've just kept going higher and higher, and we've been hard to break down. And obviously, England struggled today.
You're never ever on your own, just looking for a chance to blow.
Congratulations to Jane and the girls. Fantastic performance, fantastic result, and it really sets it up for 2 great games coming up in June. They seem to be turning the lights off here in Real Honour, so I better tell you that it's congratulations to Connah's Quay. Hard luck to Bangor, really tough night for them, but the JD Welsh Cup final should be a great occasion. And that's pretty much it for us for episode 4 from FC Cymru. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, retweet, comment below, and perhaps we'll come and see your club if you drop us a message. But for tonight, in Real, with Connah's Quay celebrating, it's good night.